We're very much into the business end of the round-robin stages of the Challenge Cup now. This evening, we'll find out who may have the credentials for the quarter-finals after tonight's matchup. It's Brive welcoming Worcester Warriors to the Stade Amédée Domenech. Worcester have lost 8 of their last 9 games in the Challenge Cup. They've not won on the road since 2013, so they would seem to be an obvious favourite here this evening. It's good to see a French club still interested in this competition, and whilst there may be a few rested personnel, there's still a handful of internationals in that Brive 15. One of them, Georgian livewire scrum half Vasil Lobsanidze. The 20-year-old is joined at half-back by Mathieu Ugalde. They have plenty of firepower to use outside them, Masalevu and Galala, and of course the now veteran Taku Ngwenya. Up front with their veteran second rower Arno Meyer continues to lead the team. He's got some pretty solid citizens around him. Sneyman, Luatutu, Wangani and Barota. They know how to muscle up to win. 21-year-old Fabian Sankani at the other end may be the most important character though. Keeping a fly half fit has been a consistent problem for the Warriors this season. That blight continues to haunt Carl Hogg. Jamie Shilcock named to start at 10, but he's been ruled out at the last minute by a hand injury. So Ryan Mills, their 5th choice fly half this season, steps up again from the bench. The big names from his backline are also missing. There's no Tio, Willison, Olafia, Pennell, Orvuna, but a great opportunity to see the youngsters do the business. Howard, Humphries, Stelling, all chomping at the bit, no doubt. It's a very young pack too. Kitchener, Taylor, Allo and Spencer all given the chance to show what they're about. 24-year-old USA Eagle Joe Taufetti makes his debut in Worcester's colours. Plenty of impact on that French bench, as you can see. Tiff Eden, a late call-up to the visitors' reserves for this evening. Well, before Brive's win at Six Ways in round 2, all 3 previous encounters between these two clubs had been won by the home side on the day. Worcester's interest in this tournament may be on the wane, it has to be said, when you look at the table for Pool 3. Brive and Newport Gwent Dragons atop at the moment, level on 14, albeit the Dragons, of course, have played 1 game more, having beaten NSI at Rodney Parade yesterday evening, getting the maximum haul. NSI themselves are 9 points, and Worcester Warriors in 4th place in Pool 3 with just 7 mathematical chance that they can still get out there. There's the 2 USA Eagles, Joe Taufetti and Taku Ngwenya, having a chat with each other. Played together in the Eagles lineup during the summer. Worcester Warriors, who won the toss, they're going to take kick-off. But this is about more than this competition for the visitors this evening. This is about trying to right a few wrongs. They've had a tough domestic campaign so far. Ian Davis, the man on the whistle from Wales, along with his fellow countrymen Adam Jones and Simon Rees, with the television match official, another Welshman, Paul Adams. So plenty to prove from both these sides. Maybe slightly different targets, but they have to get their games on the song quick and early. It's a chilly evening, been a little bit damp through the course of the day, but thankfully at the moment staying dry. I guess this pitch is going to cut up. It has been renowned for that through the course of the top 14 season. Lobsanidze gets his first kick away. It's Ben Howard wearing the 15 shirt this evening. Started both of those games against the Dragons and got 20 minutes last week against Gloucester, but has had a wretched time with injuries of recent. So let's see what sort of darts Taufetti has got. Not bad. Starts with a hit to Hugh Taylor until the referee's whistle stops things.
Forward pass.
Forward pass is the call from the officials.
Your darts possibly could have been restricted as well, mind.
That's all right.
Okay.
There's the 29-year-old, also 24-year-old, I beg his pardon. Also plays prop as well. A late convert, really, to the Union game, having been an American footballer up until just under 6 years ago. Been put into this European squad instead of Jabobrek Vadse. Another Georgian, of course. He's a Georgian scrum half. It's impressive power from the home pack. And the breakaway from Sankani. Lobsanidze takes his team up to the 22 for the first time. Sankani keeping things going. Man are doing well to hold on to the ball, but the pass not helping Roman Caban. Luke Baldwin making his first start since that Brive game. Baldwin, formerly, of course, of Bristol. Before that, Saracens, came through the Saracens Academy. The pair takes beautifully, twisting out of the tackle. That's quality fullback work. Brive just working out the route back for the ball.
Tackle!
Ugaud feeds out to Ngalala. Muscular presence, Ngalala, in that midfield. 6'2", and 104 kilos. Worcester are going to have their wits about him, although he's wearing the 12 shirt. We'll keep an eye on that. Originally listed to start at outside centre with Roman Caban inside him, but they've changed their numbering. Certainly on the team list just before kick-off they had. It looks like Caban, yes, he's wearing that 13. He's there, bottom of your picture with the grey scrum cap on. Ugaud seeing a second row in front of him, scoots around, takes the ball again. Good work from Taufete. Ngwenya came into this Brive squad as a medical joker for Alfie Maffei.
Advantage black and forward off yellow. Push. Tight. Advantage is over.
Good, solid work from the Brive forwards. It's what they're renowned for, of course, within the top 14. Acquier picks, goes. Mills sticking to his task. Lobsanidze's pass was never really going to hit its target, and suddenly it's Worcester looking at the options. Connor Braid, the Canadian, not able to take the ball cleanly from the American. And the ball goes back to their hosts. Ben Howard having to scoot across to cover the absence of his winger. Stay. Baldwin. Matt Cox having to work really hard on the floor to present that. The boot of Braid not finding touch in this game. Just looking to settle itself down. Relentless action so far, but neither side really able to threaten the opposition defence. Caban. Out it goes, Mela. Just a hint of a forward pass before Ngalala tried to get things going on this left flank.
Oh no, Bruno his name is.
Yes, you can see that ball from the Brive captain just working its way forward. There's that break from Sankani and Lobsanidze. That was the only time really that the alarm bells were ringing in the Worcester defence, but there's a warning shot across their bows from the Georgian number 9. Brive with a fair old European pedigree when you look back. 11 times they've been called a finalist in this competition, plus of course winners of the main comp in '97, beating Leicester, and then runners-up the following year when they lost out to Bath. Worcester with no such joy as yet, and their main concentration, as I say, is on the Premiership back home, where they're just a solitary point above the basement team Bristol. Bialu, another Saracen, he's on loan at the moment as injury dispensation cover.
Bruno, time on. Let's go, Bow. Crouch. Stop. Bind.
Early change for the Warriors then, with Sam Betty on to replace Marco Mama. See whether that's a temporary scenario.
Balls at 8. Balls away. Backline from Black, okay.
The peel round, trying to get Perry Humphries into the action. There he goes. Straightens the sat-nav. Gets the kick away. That's a useful looking kick as well. Oh, great breakout from Benny Masalevu, but he's going to be snagged. Good work from Will Spencer coming across to complete the tackle, forcing their hosts to start again from just in front of their try line.
Use it.
In the end, the left boot of Ugalde allows his team to breathe. The young fly half was suspended for 14 weeks at the beginning of this season. The battle of the Stade des Alpes against Grenoble, a huge fight. I don't know whether you've seen it online, but certainly kicked off big style with both squads, let alone the 15s, having a real set to. Ugalde got 14 weeks for a horrible eye gouge. Only came back at the beginning of this year, 2nd of Jan. Caban with a knock-on.
Deliberate or not?
Deliberate or not is the call from Ian Davis. I don't think it was, but the knock-on advantage is there for the Warriors should they need it.
Always under pressure, coming backwards.
Conor Braid in his preferred position, I think, of centre, has been played at fly half, been played at full back as well.
Guys, let's get stable.
Yeah, there's that flick forward of Roman Caban's hand, but not judged to be a penalty offence, so it's going to be the put in to the Warriors now.
Okay. Crouch. Bind. Set. Oh.
That Worcester pack already under a lot of pressure and giving away the penalty as a consequence. Ryan Bauer, Joe Taufetti and Bialu, the tight head. Arlo, I think, just been called to the referee. This is where you learn all about front row play, of course, in French rugby. It is a badge d'honneur to have a prominent, dominant front row setup, or front five. There's Dean Hammond, top try scorer for the Warriors this season with 5.
Keep the line, Yellow. Keep the line.
Will Spencer, formerly of Bath, of course, making his 5th appearance for his new team here this evening. Mela breaking off to find a new target. Presentation is there. Pekoshvili. Ugalde trying to put Ngalala through. Turned into a crash ball, and the Fijian did very well to present that. This Worcester Warriors defence really being tested out on a fairly relentless basis so far. Lepere finds no way through it. 10 minutes gone, nothing on the board, but a penalty opportunity now for the home side. Gaëtan Germain, of course, their points machine on the bench this evening. With his absence, opting to go for the attacking line-out early doors. Matt Cox, the Worcester Warriors Player of the Month for December, leading the way in this lineup with plenty of absentees, of course. Plenty of men being rested, plenty of injured as well. You look through who's not available: Francois Houchard, Ryan Lamb, Tom Heathcote, Bryce Heem, GJ Van Veltzer, their captains, hardly played this season, as well as, of course, Shulcock. The drive there from the Acquier is steering, getting up plenty of momentum. Not a lot that Worcester can do to stop that. Leverne sets it back, and they peel back to that short side, but the passing not accurate. I think there was an advantage being played anyway. Kitchener, the man being called out. So Mela turned down the chance of points from the tee, and he's done it again, opting for the scrum. Interesting calls from the Brive captain early on. Well, that doesn't bode well for the Warriors pack for the rest of this game. Sam Betty back in the Worcester ranks, having taken that 2-week suspension for the red card against the Dragons at Rodney Parade.
What did you say then? So sorry. Time off. Just come here.
Well, you can see that turf already beginning to churn. Could be an issue later on in the game, certainly if Brive want to make the most of this power base that they're setting up in the pack.
Let's go. Just make sure
Some concerned looks in Worcester shirts right now, but they will take some satisfaction from not having shipped any points inside these opening minutes.
Guys, listen, the 6 of you. Are you English? Okay. Who's refereeing this game, me or you? All right.
Oh, the referee's
we spoke in the dressing
referee
room.
just trying to insert his authority.
Okay. Only when we get stability will the ball come in, okay? Let's work harder to get stable quicker.
Makamama looks fit and able to return in just a moment, but right now, his replacement, Sam Betty, part of that Worcester 8, trying to hold firm.
Okay. Number 20? Yep.
Oh, no, Betty's not going to take part in it. Makamama returning to the fray.
Let's go, Marco. Here we go, boy. Here we go, boy. Let's go.
Time on.
So, take 3.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Beginning to move. Sankoni struggling to keep the ball there, and the penalty goes against the home pack for standing up, the front row standing up there. And Worcester holding on to their defensive ramparts on that occasion. Look of dismay from the Brive forwards, but as Ryan Mills clears Worcester's lines, it'll be the visitors who take a lot from that period of play.
Your 3 standing up in the same way their 3 stood up in an earlier scrum.
Bekashvili, I think, is the man accused of leading the stand-up. There he is. Young Georgian prop, as is wont in French rugby. It seems to be the default position to have at least 1, 2, or sometimes 3 within your ranks. Bekashvili brought in from Chambéry in the Fédérale 1 from this season. Made a good impact. Caban sets up for the next round of attacks. The little break from Lafutu. Lobsinitse sets it back. Ugaald looking at his options out wide. Whisked on to Wangani and Baroto. That yellow line reassembled though. Counter-racking, just destroying the Brive rhythm for a moment.
Release 2. Say that again.
Ryan Power coming through on the opposition scrum off. Not the man he wanted to see, but affecting the turnover. Luke Baldwin thinking of the charge out from his own 22. Almost made it as well. Penalty advantage is there.
Advantage.
Mills out to Braid. Counter-attack. Just stalled, and they'll go back for that earlier call.
You want to check it? Okay. It's fine now? Okay, thanks.
There's Putasi Luafutu, former Reds man, of course, in his second spell in Brive's colours. Having had some time away with Bordeaux-Bègles. And a little bit high there.
What's that number then? Paul Savington?
Dean Hammond just aware of the contact, shall we say?
7. No, that's okay. Let's go.
Good awareness from Ryan Mills. Only made his second premiership start in the Warriors number 10 shirt against Harlequins a couple of weeks ago. Last time, well, before that was a year ago against Wasps, but worn the 10 shirt quite a few times in the championship with the Warriors.
Let's work hard at these
Played in
okay?
against Gloucester last week and really didn't do, in his own words, didn't do himself justice, and will appreciate this late call-up this evening to show what he's about. But right now he's been having to focus predominantly on his defensive duties as Brive once again try and come hard through the forwards. Sterling up very quickly, but it's gone beyond him now. Lepere, well, not on the same wavelength as Masalevo. Benjamin Lepere, well, I was going to say former, he's been in many colours, Albi and Toulon, Racing Metro, La Rochelle for last season. Actually born and bred in Castres and had a solitary appearance for his hometown to start his professional career. And in the absence of Gaetan Jamin, getting the chance to wear the Brive number 15 shirt this evening.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Allo staying strong at tight head for the Warriors as the ball's moved out to the back line. Mills on the wraparound. Howard gets the ball on to Dean Hammond. Anticipated by Masalevu. Benny Masalevu surrounded by yellow and blue shirts. Ugauld having to stroke the ball downtown, no other options really. And here's his opposite number, Ryan Mills. Hangs one high. Perry Humphries is up quickly, ball goes loose. Stelling having to react. Johan Snowman, former Scarlet second row, coughs up the ball. Here's an opportunity for the Warriors. Mama struggling to set the ball back. Baldwin trying to keep things moving. Stelling with a little stab through, ricochet not working. Accidental offside, the call from referee Ian Davis, just on the ricochet, I think, inadvertently.
Time off. Hello. I know, that's how I book.
You see Snowman trying to keep the ball alive. I'm not sure how it fell out there. Big hit coming through from Will Spencer. Philippe Carbonneau, the forwards, the backs coach, I should say, for Brive. Of course, a Brive man through and through, and mentioned that. Those early Heineken Cup finals, he was part of the team at that time.
Seconds down. Okay, time on. Crab. Bind. Set.
Free kick goes to Worcester. Matt Cox wants to take and go. It wasn't a clean take, shall we say.
Yeah, he's taken over there.
Certainly wasn't over the point that Ian Davis was pointing at. Baldwin looking to get the call as to what they want. It's going to be a tap and rush, led by Cox. Taffete. It's a very solid character, isn't it? Quite a dynamic ball carrier, if given the chance. There's another one. Hammond, Braid. It ends up in the hands of Perry Humphries. Not much chance to get through those massed ranks. Worcester keeping it moving now, trying to see if they can find a gap. Marco Mama's the man. Marco Mama goes over for the first try. Well, they stayed strong in defence through that first quarter, and now we move seconds into the second quarter, and it's the Warriors who've broken the scoreboard duck with a try from Marco Mama, his first of the season, and what a time to score it. 3-4 tacklers falling out of his way. Strong work from the Nigerian-born flanker. And that is Worcester making the most of pretty much their first opportunity of scoring. Well, the crowd stunned with that turn of events. Perseverance, dogged perseverance from the open side. Connor Braid having to just rush through his preparations a little bit. Points are going to be imperative, of course, this evening, and early points have psychological difference. No problems for the Canadian there with that one. And, well, a great score from the English club's perspective. Great work from that man. formerly, of course, at Bristol. Went there on loan to start with and then made it permanent. Now back with Worcester. The take from Sankoni, and their pair doing well to just pull that one back in. Has to put the kick up. Baldwin takes by his cheek, holds on though. Tafete steps in as the feed. Oh, just floated out to Perry Humphries. Well, Humphries has got something of a reputation as a try scorer this season. Really did make an impact early doors, scored tries in consecutive weeks against Gloucester, Bath and Sale. Then got injured against Leicester at the beginning of October, 3 months ago, of course. And now back in the ranks. Ben Howard himself has been through a few injury problems. Good work from Luke Baldwin. Thomas Acquia scored a try against Worcester at 6 ways in that first encounter in round 2. 24-25 the final score, and an important score of course for Brive, having lost their first game at Rodney Parade to the Dragons. Good to see a French club really setting their focus in this competition. La Rochelle of course doing a similar job in Pool 1. Lobsanidze out to Ugal, and suddenly there's space out to the left. Lobsanidze straightens things up into the 22. Go Brive. If they can transfer the ball quickly, there's numbers out to the left. Worcester slowing it down. Ngwenya sees the opportunity, sniffs out the ball, but it's slow ball for the home side. Schneemann. Acquia with a little help from his friends. Lobsanidze just happy to let the forwards do some hard grunt right now. Brive's pick and drive, just highlighting the numbers Worcester need to put around the breakdown. Good work from Hugh Taylor. Now suddenly Brive try and up the ante. Braid hugs his man down. Acquia again taking on responsibility. Sankoni driving through the tackle of Taylor. Good presentation. Ugal putting the width on it. Numbers out. Masalevu keeping the ball alive. Lepere twisting, turning. But that is great tackling and great defence from Andrew Kitchener. Had to stick solidly to his task there to shut the door in the face of the Brive fullback. Got through Braid, but there's Kitchener making sure he couldn't dot it down.
Yeah, time is off, yeah? Okay. You're, right.
Good, strong, powerful defence from the Warriors.
You're number 2?
Braid
Number 2?
must have taken a cut there.
Are you number 2? And Worcester number 2?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's going to have to disappear for a little bit. Interesting to see
Number 2.
in these back substitutions that Warriors have got this evening. We've got 2 scrum halves in George Ducote and Johnny Art back from injury, and Tiff Eden, who's come onto the bench because of the promotion of Ryan Mills. And there is the youngster Eden wearing the 23 jersey this evening. Meffin Davis watching on from his eyrie at the back of the stands. Of quarter of an hour to go in the first half, and the visitors making the most of their rare attacking opportunity. Shorten line out they go. It works out as Kitchener charges away. Kitchener of great rugby stock, of course, older brother Graham, part of the Leicester Tigers lineup, having come through the Warriors Academy himself. Kitchener, one of the many Warriors who've come through the England under-20 ranks as well, himself a junior world championship winner with the England under-20s, along with Hugh Taylor last year in Manchester. Jack Singleton, another, he's the replacement hooker for the Warriors this evening. Sneyman, uncontested into midfield they go with Ngalala. Acquier. Cox trying to hold Brive up on halfway, but they get over the gain line. Handling not working out there for Brive, and the frustration evident. Scoring tries has been a real issue for Brive in the top 14 this season. 16 rounds they've had. Brive have only got over the white line 22 times. Only Lyon and Bayonne have scored less. Of course, those two in the bottom three, and indeed only Brive and Bayonne, the only teams in the top 14 that haven't registered a try bonus point as yet.
Just make sure you stay in the
so you can tell the problems that they've had in terms of attack. Of course, they've been so reliant on Gaëtan Germain through the course of the season, as ever. Such a profitable source of points from the tee. Again, the handling doesn't work for the home side, and you can hear the fans not happy with what's going on in front of them. Baldwin. Lapierre sizing up the opportunities, a knock-on forward from Dean Hammond there, but Ngwenya trying to work his way down that right flank, no way through. Luafutu. Sankoni, just 21 years of age, come through the academy. Mentioned that under-20 championship Manchester last year. Well, he was the regular starting number 8 for France. Good take from Ben Howard. Howard stretching out, gets the offload into Stelling. Oh, great tackle coming in from Ngalala, and Masalevu trying to immediately turn tables on their visitors. There is a real pace, a frenetic pace to this game. Coming up towards the half-hour mark, and you just look at those forwards, they're already beginning to feel it. Sneyman trying to sidle his way through. Arlo looks to have taken a fairly heavy hit there.
He's at a clash of heads, accidental.
Clash of heads calls the referee, Perry Humphreys, with the boot, and there was no way that Bekoshvili was going to be able to pull that one in. Tighthead doing well to feed his fly half in the end. Baldwin keeping things moving.
Worcester physio is aware that number 3 needs HIA.
And Howard's kick sends play up into the Brive 22 for the line out. Let's just have a look here with the... This is Howard's break. 6'5". When he gets going, he has such a long running gait. There was a clash of heads just after this with Bialou. There's Nicolas Godignon, the head coach for Brive for a number of years now. Been brought through by initially by Olivier Magnet.
Yeah, let's try and get him on live.
From the Espriars,
especially when it involves
from a coaching perspective, and now, well, for several years now, being the top bod at Brive.
From my perspective, he's cleared a head on head. Okay, he needs to have HIA. I'll come back, okay?
HIA being organised for Bialu, I think.
No, it's clearly head on head, and you've been dazed as a result. I'd like you checked by the professionals, please. Just he's had a head on head with another player. Yep. He's been dazed on the floor. Just if you can check it for me. Thank you.
So Arlo heading off for an HIA. Mike Daniels will come on to replace him. There he is.
Have you got someone on for 3?
Relatively young prop himself, 24 years of age, Daniels. Not quite the same bulk of Arlo. Listed at 117 kilos. Well, that's a big man until you look at Arlo at 6'1" and 130 kilos. Wangani and Broto working hard to set the ball back. Hammond trying to keep things moving, trying to catch their hosts napping. Ryan Mills with the one-hand take. Tafete. Mills feeds out to try scorer Mama. Quick presentation, quick ball, Stelling. Howard loses the ball in the contact. Humphreys tries to reinvigorate, reboot the attack. Good continuity from the visitors so far, not making an awful lot of headway. Little no-look pass to Mama, but he can't find Daniels there, and eventually the attack breaks down. So, as we move past the half-hour mark, just that solitary score, almost against the run of play, really, between the two teams. Brive with so much possession, but Worcester having held firm for the first 20 minutes and then breaking away to score that try from Marco Mama.
If he spoke English, I'm sure he'd say the opposite to you.
Here we go. Let's go.
So Mike Daniels off the bench to do his job in the scrum. Up against Damien Levain, another academy product from Brive.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
He's up.
And hold.
Well, the Worcester pack making an absolute mess of that put-in. It's going to be replayed now.
Players on both sides disengaging.
But the Warriors pack, I think they've got a bit of a feather in their cap there.
Sorry?
Let's go.
Good work from Mike Daniels. You can see him just splitting up the loose head and hooker there. Well, the Warriors won't worry too much about this almost stop in the flow of play. For some psychological advantages they've managed to get out of it.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Again, they sniff the turf. This time, it's Brive who get the call from the referee. Important phases of play, of course, heading towards half-time. If Warriors can hold on to this one-score advantage,
3 straight to his knee.
they will no doubt be delighted with the first plays, or the way that this first half has played out. Brive have to make something happen before the break, have to get the supporters going, have to get their team believing again. Anamela knows that, knows his pack have to be the fulcrum of this advance. Lafutu trying to get the leg drive going. Ugaud, a little switch to Caban. Acquier. To Sankani once again. Robsonitze, Ugaud. Put wide to Caban now. And Nguenya seeking a way through. Pulled down by Dean Hammond. But the ball's still there for Brive. Forwards loitering in midfield is not going to help the flow of Brive's attack. Sankani tries to re-spark. The pair's presentation isn't good, and suddenly the ball is in Worcester's hands, and they're going from their own 22. Matt Cox leading the way. Nobody's carried more in this competition than the Worcester number 8. Front rowers combining. Tafete. Mills wants a bigger advance down that right flank, and that is a very good kick from the Worcester number 10. Just what they needed. Good game management from the Worcester halfbacks, having seen their defence under a little bit of pressure there.
I'm making it very difficult to get away. Okay.
Connor Braid back on the park.
Okay,
He had a few stitches there, it would appear. Into the final 5 minutes of this first half. Bialo also returning to make some impact at the breakdown there, but the ball's still there for Brive. It's whisked out to Lapierre. Has to start from still. Referee's whistle's going to bring play back though. Nguenya, score of the first try after just 3 minutes in the encounter at Six Ways. Hasn't really had an opportunity so far in the 36 minutes here. So concentration the key for the Warriors from a defensive point of view, and from Brive from an attacking standpoint. Squint throw is not going to help them get going though. And the Warriors now will just try to run this 3 minutes out without conceding any points.
Captain, captain, line out. It's a line out. A line out. No, it's a line out. Yellow, come on, please.
What will the words of Michel Godignon mean to this Brive attacking philosophy in the second half, you wonder? Lots to be said from the Brive coaching team. I'm sure their counterparts will be a far happier crew. Almost a take from Melo. Quick reactions from Taufetti. Out to Marco Mama. Trying to bounce off Masalevu. Ball set back, and here come the Worcester forwards. Allo almost snapped up by Sneyman, but the ball eventually reaches Will Spencer. Mills trying to pull a black-shirted player out of position.
Tackle!
Cox sets it back, and they peel back to the right-hand side now once again. Last 90 seconds of this first half, and it's Worcester in charge of the ball and ahead on the scoreboard. Stelling throws a bounce bomb to Humphreys, finds a way through though, Perry Humphreys. What a big score it would be now if Worcester can add to that 7 points. Oh, Baldwin just losing it. Well, they got the continuity into their attack, felt a bit of flow going towards the Brive line. But then at the crucial moment, the 26-year-old scrum half's hands letting him down. It's quite a threat, Luke Baldwin. This time a year ago, he returned from injury and scored in successive matches against Zebre and La Rochelle. So you know he has that capability about him. Of course, there's been such a problem at scrum half. Francois Rouchard and Johnny R, along with Baldwin, were out for quite a sizable amount of time. Left Michael Dowsett to it, really. George Ducothi, the academy scrum half, once again on the bench. So no doubt they'll be delighted to see Baldwin at least back on track. Rouchard, they're hoping for back in the next fortnight, may play a part in the Anglo-Welsh tournament back in England.
We have to have it, okay? Yeah, try harder, and you.
Nicolas Godignon, Didier Cassaday there on the right, the forwards coach,
Keep your shoulder out.
mulling over what they are going to have to change, what they're going to have to say once they hit the hutches at the break.
Crouch. Bind. Set. And hold.
Final scrum of this first half. And a more even scrummage than we've seen certainly earlier on in this match. Lapierre trying to find a way through for his winger, but again, not the cohesion there that they were looking for. And the half-time whistle goes with Worcester having held firm in defence and made the most of their real attacking opportunity for that try from Marco Mama after 21 minutes. Half-time, it's the visitors leading at the Stade Amédée Domenech, 7 points to 0. So to speak, for the Warriors, if they can hold on, and of course mathematically they still have a chance of moving on to the quarterfinals. Plenty to be done though in this game. What changes are Brive going to make in tactics and maybe in personnel as well? Baldwin has his kick charged down. Here's the start they wanted. Wanganit, no, it's not, it's Lufutu. Putassi Lufutu in 23 seconds of this second half gets the score that his team craved. Well, Luke Baldwin it was. Took too long there as the blindside flanker came through and rolling over to nail that score. Well, whatever was said in the changing rooms at the break seems to have worked first up, and that is the perfect retort from the hosts in this second half. Benjamin Lapierre with kicking responsibilities. Julia did too. And immediately we start the second half. The scores are tied up. Well, that stirred the cauldron. Ryan Mills with the restart. Ngalala showing good power and purpose. Predominantly a right winger, really, Ngalala, but being given a responsibility in midfield, as he has been a couple of times this season.
Inside.
Another product of this Brive Academy as they utilise some of the South Sea Island influence. Many French clubs, of course, do. Clermont being predominant amongst them, having their own academy or sponsoring the academy in Fiji.
Form the line, how many? 6.
Well, it was too much to ask for, wasn't it? How much is that going to limit operations for both sides now? Tafeti, the American hooker, happy to take on the responsibility of driving this maul or steering it. Baldwin, Mills, Hammond coming in to provide the extra man, inviting Perry Humphries, his fellow winger, to make a dent in that black line. Caban, a major irritant, but the ball's still there. Matt Cox wrapped up by his opposite number. Mills out to Connor Braid, the Canadian international, staying strong. Spencer. No way through for Hugh Taylor. Taylor, predominantly a second row, really, played for the England under-20s, certainly in that second row position. As I mentioned, part of the squad that was so successful in the Junior World Championships in Manchester. 6'5", he's got the option of both, I suppose. Shows good athleticism as well.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Crouch. Bind. Set. Work up.
Not a clean ball for Worcester, but they've got the advantage should they want it. Braid getting the ball back to Baldwin, but he's going to have to react quickly. I think they'll be quite happy to go back for that offside call from the referee.
Captain.
And immediately Ryan Bauer, the captain, pointing to the sticks.
Offside 9.
He knows this is going to be a tight one, and points are going to be valuable psychological tools, let alone in terms of the scoreboard. Meffin Davis just weighing up the options. Conor Braid doesn't make the most of the opportunity to put his side back in front, though. And that could be a costly miss from the Canadian. Pretty much regulation kick for the right-footed kicker. And a rueful grin on the face of the Welsh coach. So it remains 7 points apiece. Hammond, the South African winger, looking to get his team back onto the front foot as quickly as possible. Cox out to Mills. Braid saw his pass being interrupted and intercepted, held on. Wangani Mbaroto, I think it was, working well at the breakdown there. Conor Braid, who only joined up, of course, in November to the Worcester ranks. Previously had time at Glasgow Warriors, of course, and on loan at London Scottish, but did well early on, and then against Bristol was quickly onto the bench almost unexpectedly when Ryan Mills' ribs were sorer than they thought. And then when Jamie Shilcock was concussed, Braid came on very quickly to play fly half on the quarter of an hour mark, and it was a tough match for Worcester, let alone for Braid. Tough now for Worcester in defence as Brive roll themselves towards that try line once again. They push again, almost there, but not quite. Held up, says Ian Davis. Resilient defence from the Warriors, Taufetti amongst them.
Ball still in the first person's hands.
Worcester managing to turn the ball carrier Turtle onto his back. Futu was who led the initial incursion. But Worcester still under the cosh. It's a Brive put in.
Crouch. Bind. Set. And hold. Hold. No, they're both moving. Listen, let's just work on stability, both sides. Let's not blame the opposition, okay? Let's work hard ourselves.
Ian Davis pleading for stability. Good luck with that one.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Six of you, come in.
Well, the lectures don't seem to have worked. The 6 front row has been called to the headmaster's office.
Guys, we all collectively must take ownership of the stability at scrum times. Okay, it's unacceptable. We have to work harder. Let's get, for this scrum, we come closer and we sat earlier and more stable. Okay, let's just come closer and more stable. We're scrumming it.
Collective ownership, the call from the referee. Let's see whether his pupils adhere to the call.
Okay, time on. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Sankoni keeping the ball and then picking and driving. Mama trying to stay strong in the tackle. Wanganui Mboroto taking the responsibility of the next pick. Out it goes to the tight head, Bekoshvili. Sneeman. Gal trying to put Caban through a gap. The quick layoff to Lobzhenitsay, but wasn't read by Nguyen. Does well enough to pick up the bouncing ball and go again. Sankoni, the young number 8, staying strong. That's great work from Taufete, but the ball's still there for the home side. Caban tries to make the gap on the outside for Masalevu, but again, the Brive attack just coming unstuck at the vital moment. The former Castres centre doing so well to come round the corner at some pace to open the door. Getting the ball through, but the angle just not quite right.
1, 3 and 5.
So, early changes into the Brive pack with Laverne, Bekoshvili and Anomela, I think, the other man going off. Let's have a look. Kevin Bays and Damien Jourdain. Yes, it is going to be the Brive captain. Doesn't look to be injured.
Okay, how many? How many? 5 man. 5. Time on.
Yanis on wearing the 19 jersey. There he is in the middle there. Good take at the front from Andrew Kitchener. Strong work from Cox, but look at the jackling over the top there. Worcester have done well to get that back. Look, for all money like that wasn't going to come back on their side. Baldwin making the most of it. Good clearance it was from the captain Ryan Bauer in the end that enabled that ball to come back.
Number 1, who's captain?
So Brive have made changes in their front row, and there's going to be changes afoot for the visitors as well. Ryan Bauer, the captain, going off to be replaced by Valrapava Ruskin. There he is wearing 17. Johnny Art also on for his first game since playing against Wasps at the beginning of December. Interesting calls from both coaching camps early on in this second half.
Tackle!
Ugald wrapped up by Art, but the ball's still there for Brive.
Away yellow!
Ugald sweeping it out to Lapierre, trying to tease a defender out of position, but Worcester sticking to their task. Ugald and Lobzhenitsay swapping places at that moment. Flexibility at all costs as Sneeman feeds Caban once again. Caban only came in as a medical joker in August, having been released by Castres, part of that top 14 winning side, of course, back in 2013. Johnny Art kicks ahead. It's a foot race. Perry Humphries just biding his time. A rare visit to the Brive 22 for the visitors, but they've given it away. Coming off their feet at the breakdown.
Yellow off his feet from side.
How many times have we seen that? The Brive wingers not on the same page as their fly half or their fullback.
Can you just check the legality of the hit before the kick, please? Or shall I say just after? I just want to check the arms, though, Paul.
Just a check up on the big screen from requested of TMO Paul Adams. Mathieu Ugal just making the most of catching his breath, really.
Just checking the hit on the touchline, whether there's any arms in it, or just the shoulder. Yeah.
It was this challenge here, I think, from Ngalala on Johnny R that's the focus of attention. Let's have a look here. Was there arms in the tackle? Didn't look like that right arm came round. It was right in front of the assistant referee. Let's have another look here. No, that looks like a shoulder barge to me.
Okay, Paul, turn around here. I believe he is committed.
Committed to the tackle.
Is that right arm actually attempting to wrap, or is it a clear shoulder? That's what we're trying to establish here. He is committed, there's no question of that. With no attempt to wrap?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a penalty to the Warriors. Ngalala is the man.
And just find where the ball lands as well, Paul, for the placement of the penalty, please.
Well, the Welsh officiating triumvirate or quartet taking their time to make this call. The penalty, of course, will be where the ball has landed from that kick. So it could well be a kicking opportunity for points here.
You're clearly committed to the tackle, I've got no question there, okay? What I will say is there's no attempt to wrap your arm. However, it's just a penalty on this occasion. Just be careful and try and wrap the arm in the future. Okay, penalties. Yeah, show more. The penalties with the ball.
Looks like Luafutu taking on the captaincy of Brive.
9 metres inside the half, okay?
And it certainly will allow the Warriors to move into Brive territory now.
Okay.
Ryan Mills, now the Warriors captain. What's he going to call from here? Well, not opting to have a pot at the posts, but asking his forward pack to provide better opportunity down that right flank. Quarter of an hour, we move into this second half with the scores tied up. Attacking opportunities at a premium for the Warriors.
No, black, step. How many? Full. 7, full.
Oh, out to Mills. Little pass to Humphries. Humphries is through. Gets out to Marco Mama. Looking for a brace. The Worcester number 7 not going to get it on that opportunity, but it is still there for his teammates. Taufetti. Worcester swarming around the ball. Spencer. Oh, the pick and go. Is he over? I think he is. It's the second try for Worcester. Let's see who's coming up with the ball. I think it's Rapava Ruskin.
Hey, calm down.
It is. It's Val Rapava Ruskin.
Paul? Any reason not to want the try, please?
Oh, they're now going to check it, having given it. Any reason not to award the try, asks the referee. Great leg drive from the replacement loosehead. And there, I think you can see the ball going down. That's what they will look at. Is this angle more? Yeah. Okay, ball's down. Ruskin knows it's a try. So do the officials. Val Rapava Ruskin comes on to make an impact from the bench and push his team once again back in front. Well, Worcester clinical. The break came from Perry Humphries. Marco Mama stopped just short. but Worcester kept working, clear in their execution of what they wanted to do. And now Ryan Mills taking on the kicking duties to make sure his team make the most of that score. Great work from Perry Humphries, so strong on the ball. And then Rapava Ruskin able to finish off at close quarters. Another change now brings Jack Singleton on to replace Joe Taffetti, and that man, Gaëtan Germain, off the bench now.
Okay.
Benjamin Lepere, I think, has moved out to the wing. Well, Nguyen and Spencer going for the same ball there. It's going to be... did it go straight off Spencer? There's Jack Singleton. More changes. Thomas Acquier giving way to Guillaume Reeb. About to take this line out. There he is. The take from Snyman. Two South African second rows, of course, now for Brive, with Yanis onto the park.
7 yellow.
No Julian Ledevedek this evening.
Are we, is that foul? No arms.
No arm tackle is the call
17.
against Rapava Ruskin.
Shoulder only.
So Lepere moving out, I think, to the left wing instead of Masalevo. And Gaëtan Germain into his regular slot. Godignon making the changes now,
17.
making the calls. Knows it's going to be tight, needs his premier kicker on to take any points off the tee that they can garner. Reeve hits Snyman, has a look from a lofty position, but it was held up there too long. And the moment has gone for Brive. A long arm change is the officials' reason for the whistle.
You're placing it, it must be ripped, okay?
Yeah, placing that ball back beyond the man that bound onto him. Has to be passed back, of course, through the players. You can't give a long arm ball anymore. Snyman, his memories of six ways better than Tom Heathcote's. He laid Heathcote out. Got a 5-week ban as a consequence. Heathcote got a concussion the following week as well against Wasps, and hasn't been on the park since. Take from Taylor is good. Feeds out. Stelling on the crash ball. Wangani Umberto having to relinquish. Ryan Mills with the big up and under. Good accurate kick. Germain, of course, able and willing to take. Lobsanidze repeats the dose. Good take from Mills. Mills beginning to really revel in the authority and responsibility of fly-off play. Stelling. I'm not sure how that one ended back with Hammond, but I think the ricochet off Howard not quite allowing play to continue.
6. 6. There's a mark. Let's work hard at these scrums, okay? Time on.
So Rapava Ruskin up against Jourdain on this near side now. Looks like Sam Betty is on as well. I think he's replaced Hugh Taylor. There's Betty wearing 20 on this near side. pick up from Sanconi. Advantage is there for Brive as well, as they try and get width on this attack. Germain has Lepere outside him. Lepere gets through one tackle. Braid tries to hustle him out to that far side. Betty picks up the pieces. Knock-on is going to favour Worcester in any case. Aaron Mills trying to work their way away from the 22. Rapava Ruskin feeds out to Cox. Arlo, no thought of a sidestep from the giant tight head, but he's held on to the ball too long. Good work from Brive around the contact area. And the tight head is Kevin Bays. You can see him there, the big South African replacement prop. Well, not looking for points off the tee. They're going for the line out. An hour gone. One score between these two. It's going to be a tight finish in this final quarter. This Brive line-out has been one of the strongest performing line-outs in this tournament so far. Can they provide the platform now to mount a meaningful attack? Get themselves back level with their visitors. Snyman provides the possession. Oh, look at those backs swarming around the ball. This one ain't going out wide. This one is going straight for the line. Worcester having to work so hard to try and find out where the ball is, where the thrust is going to come from. And they seem to have dismantled it for the moment. Penalty goes to Brive. But that moment of concern for the visitors seems to have abated. It's going to come back though. I think Ugalde is going to set up line out number 2. Again, the Reeves-Sneyman axis works well. And again, the power comes on from the Brive pack. This time, it pays dividends. The try is over. It's Guillaume Reeb, the replacement hooker, who's touched it down. Well, the locals appreciating the work of their forwards. The former Toulon hooker setting things up with the line-out throw. And then making the most of that leg drive ahead of him. Just about managing to stay in contact with the power play ahead of him. The officials happy with that play, and it means that now Monsieur Gourdignon looks on as Gaëtan Germain looks to even the scores once again. Germain, 210 points already this season. Make that 213 and make that even Stevens once again in this game. Not an awful lot the Worcester forwards could do once the Brive pack sorted out their positioning and the drive got underway. Well, again, this match goes into the melting pot. Ngwenya. Good to see him back in French rugby once again. I had a long time, of course, with Biarritz. Somewhat 9 seasons he was playing down on the coast. Went back then to America before being summoned to rejoin French rugby as that medical joker. Singleton moving the ball on quickly. Gets the call from his fullback, but Howard finding no way through. Well, the breakdown, an absolute mess there. Players falling off their feet, but the referee letting play go on. And there you see the difference between French and English rugby. The Worcester players pleading for the whistle. French players happy to continue. Ben Howard has Ngwenya up in his tracks, but Ngwenya doesn't have any help from his teammates, and Ben Howard can whack the ball away. Ngalala feeds Germain, but Mills expecting that response and happy to return in similar style. Takes his man down. Germain's lost the ball as well, so advantage Worcester. Germain, once again, the top point scorer in this competition, and in the top 14, I should say. Not showing his running prowess there. Now, there's a change. Steenkamp on to replace as a replacement in the Brive setup, replacing that man, Lofutu.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Johnny R puts the ball in. Quarter of an hour left. Still nothing between these two. Braid trying to get it out wide. Ngwenya snagging his man. Good hands from Mills. Just no way through there for Humphreys.
So he's out of the way. Right. Step off in yellow.
Who's the half-back? Who's the half-back?
Humphreys hobbles his way back as the try scorer, Reeb, sets up for this Brive line out. There's Perry Humphreys, academy product, another of these academy boys coming through in Worcester ranks. So much talent there. Uncontested line out from Worcester. Tried to bring the man down immediately, but the Brive forwards staying strong and getting some momentum. Reeb again with his hands on the ball. Now the breakaway from the hooker. Over halfway, but losing the ball in the contact.
Ankle okay? Okay? Near your ankles there. Time off.
Here's the take from Fabien Sanconi.
Does he have the right to dive like this?
No, he's tackling. He's fine. He's the first player. Okay. That's, yeah.
It's been a very difficult place to visit, the Stade Amédée Domenech. The Brive coaches have made it a formidable, I hesitate to use the word fortress, but
Okay.
there's only one team have been here and won, and that's Clermont. Lyon, Pau, Bayonne, Racing, La Rochelle, Stade Francais have all fallen. In fact, the problem really for Brive has been on the road. Only one away win, that at Toulon. They did draw at Lyon in the opening round of this campaign, but lying in 8th in the league table right now. Just one win off top 6. Worcester, well, they're lying just one place off the trapdoor. With 1 point between them and Bristol, it's going to be a tough run-in for the Warriors, that's for sure. They've shown good form on occasions, but it hasn't been consistent. They've had big injury problems as well. The big players haven't produced the impact that they were hoping to. And they've left it all to do in the remaining fixtures this season. Of course, they finish off next week at Six Ways against NSI.
17.
Then they've got a couple of weeks of Anglo-Welsh before their Premiership campaign continues with a visit of the champion Saracens to Six Ways, followed by the beaten finalists Exeter, and then Worcester on their travels to Northampton. So it's not going to be an easy February, that's for sure. The big game, though, perhaps starts March. That's when Bristol come calling to Six Ways, and after that, Boxing Day horribilis for the Warriors. That is a huge, huge game.
Let's come this way. Come here.
There's Rapava Ruskin, who recently announced, of course, he's going to be starting next season in Gloucester's colours. Didn't go down too well at Six Ways, but such is the nature of professional rugby. Becomes England qualified soon as well. Born in Tbilisi, but played much of his rugby in the UK. Had some time in South Africa as well. Alu having the finger pointed at him. Said Aresh making sure that the opposition tight head knows the advantage they've just got. Not looking for the points, though, from the tee. Now, that's surprising when Gaetan Germain's in your ranks on the pitch. Just over 10 minutes to go, and Brive believing they can now push for victory. Brive's try, of course, came from that driving line out. Jean-Baptiste Pejuan replacing Lobjanidze as the Petit General behind that pack. A big, big moment in this match. Worcester have stayed strong and resilient through the majority of these 70 minutes or so. Can they repeat the feat now? Again, Snowman the man. This time the Warriors getting proactive on the drive, but back come Brive. Unable to keep their feet, though, so they'll have to sort out another method forward. Pejuan, well, the advantage is there. The referee's arm pointing towards the Brive team. Ugald with the cross kick. Lapierre waiting, but that was great anticipation from Ben Howard. He knew what was coming, and at 6'5", he knew he had the advantage too. Great take from Howard. Not sure what Lapierre's complaining about. Ugald, cross kick anticipated by the fullback. But the advantage was being played to Brive back on this near side.
Pulling players out.
So they're going to go again for this line-out option. Godinor hoping for the best. Tried and trusted routine from the Brive pack. This time Ereshid is spins away with the ball. The driving maul has gone, but they're going to keep driving around the fringe instead. Rutava Ruskin desperately trying to hold the fort there. There he is, pushing Kevin Bays back, but the ball presented. Jourdain. The clock keeps ticking. Worcester stay defiant. Brive have to keep their composure in attack. Lejeune can't get the forwards where he wants them now. Now they're in position. He opens up. Ugalde with a little inside pop to Ngalala. It's still there for Brive. Keeping working to this near side. Snyman finds no way through. The yellow shirts mounting their try line. Pejuan feeding out to that phalanx of forwards as they come round the corner again. Opening it up. There's a knock on. Worcester have got it. Singleton slams the ball away. The advantage is gone though. Was that a wise move from the replacement hooker as Lepere mounts a counter-attack again? Braid rips the ball clear, but it's still there for Brive. Sanconi trying to be the fulcrum of this next Brive attack. They peel back to that short side. Ugalde gets the ball through the tackle. Germain gets his legs through the tackle. Ball again goes loose. Again, it's Worcester first to it. Singleton the man to make sure it's in yellow possession.
There's no offside.
And Mills slams it gratefully clear to allow his team to draw breath. How good has this Worcester defence been this evening?
Let me explain. There's nothing formed.
Brive's attack not helped by unforced handling errors on many an occasion. And the Warriors taking their time to pull themselves up to this next line out. Invites Humphreys to chase after this one, but Lepere sidesteps like a matador with a ball. Pejuan asks Sanconi to go again. The young number 8 really hasn't stopped this evening. He's had to work so hard. This ball just inviting Worcester to go again. So Mills hangs one up. Howard with that lanky stride gets up in the air. Pejuan there to pick up the pieces. Hammond's hand stops the ball going out, and Spencer gets the ball back for Worcester. Mills with that little dab through. The point was there from Stelling.
He's up and played.
Worcester trying to hold their discipline at the breakdown, trying to keep their hosts stuck inside their own 22. Well, the fingers of Andrew Kitchener means this is going to be a line out to Brive. The final 5 minutes brings on some more replacements. Darren Barry into the second row to replace young Kitchener. How could his experience play out in this final 5? It's a big 5 minutes for both these teams now. Brive, in terms of their Challenge Cup campaign and what they want to achieve, they're quite comfortable in their domestic league, but this is the chance of silverware. Godignon has set his team out, set his stall out for what they want to get out of this tournament. For Worcester, well, it's probably not going to be going for silverware, but it's about getting some confidence in their play, some confidence on the road. A draw would feel like a victory to them this evening, but they want more right now.
Don't sweat. Keep it up, Yellow, keep it up. 7, don't sweat. 17 out. That's 1.
Brive rolling it away from trouble.
He's won the ball.
Is the ball there for Worcester, though? They think they have. Yes, it is. Turnover again for the Warriors. They've worked so well at the breakdown. Mills running into a cul-de-sac there, but it's still there for Johnny R. Darren Barry gets his mitts on the ball for the first time. Doesn't want to get isolated in that position. Not when Gaetan Germain's in the opposition. Singleton and Spencer combining. Mills sees the opportunity down the right flank with Hammond trying to make the extra man. Ngalala working hard at the breakdown, but it's still going to be a Warriors put in as the clock continues to tick. This has been a compelling match. Never more than 7 points between the team, just the one score. Credit to Ryan Mills and his Warriors side. They've gone ahead twice before Brive have been able to pull themselves back.
You get on the touch's nerves now, okay? So quit, thank you. What's that? Sorry?
Both teams taking on as much oxygen as possible now for the final 3 minutes, the final push. As it stands, Brive will still be top of their pool, but just by 2 points if they can't manufacture victory now. For the Warriors, well, it takes them level with NSI, but that's really not the target of this road trip.
Okay, time on. Crouch, bind, set, and hold. It's an 8, stay on side, stay on. Use it, use it.
Oh, complies with the order from the referee. Mills tries to bundle off one attacker, one defender, I should say. Ugalde it was.
Use.
Barry.
Tackle, away 7.
Strong work from the former Cornish Pirate. Second rower, Braid gets through the first tackle. Again, Will Spencer happy and eager to do the hard yards. Howard runs into the shoulder of Ngalala. No way through there, but the ball's still there for Worcester. Going through phase after phase of attack, but not really making any headway down the pitch. Mills out to Hammond. Hammond sidles his way through one tackler. Into the final 2 minutes now.
Stay on the floor, stay. Use.
Worcester trying to manipulate position and possession. Maybe it's drop goal time for Ryan Mills. Not yet, not in a strong enough position yet.
Tackle,
Not
release.
thinking about it until they get into the final minute, and there is no chance of response from their hosts. Connor Braid comes back in through the heavy traffic, makes a little headway, and advances there. Rapava Ruskin, the try scorer, stays strong in the tackle. Are feeding those forwards. Sam Betty. That's the Brive 22. That's more like it. Keep your eye for the Worcester number 10. Where's Ryan Mills? Is he the man to execute this position?
They're going to hit that 9.
He's not in position for a drop goal attempt at the moment, but they've lost it. The work of Brive in defence pays dividends this time. Again, it's Sankoni, who's worked so hard for his team this evening. Been their premier ball carrier. And now, just maybe, is there a chance for the home team to snag that win? Ugal's kick drop goals before. I'm not sure Gaëtan Germain has. They have options, but they've got some more work to do before that becomes a reality, I suspect. Snyman ready and able to take this line-out ball. It has been a proven avenue of possession for the home side. This time, though, it's going to be Sankoni.
Put his leg down. 17, come out. 17, come out.
You've got to be careful. Oh, Rapava Ruskin giving the penalty away. That could be a costly move. Well, here we go. Here's the opportunity that the Brivists were hoping for. Step forward, Gaëtan Germain.
17, clearly swimming round. Clearly swimming round.
Surely they have got to call forward their premier kicker. Or is it too far on the angle? Pejuan sets it up. Germain it is, who looks at the target. The prize is 4 points. Gaëtan Germain, is he going to provide the finish to this match that all those in the Curies have been hoping for? Got in your nose, yes. He knows where he's got to go, pointing to the posts. Success from this kick means victory in the match and just enhances the chances for Brive to go through to yet another quarter-final in the Challenge Cup. Gaëtan Germain with the final kick of the match. A kick to win. It's on its way. It's heading for the target, and it hits it! Gaëtan Germain once again kicks Brive to victory. For the first time in 82 minutes, they take the lead in this match. And it's a lead that will stick now the final whistle has blown. Brive stay top of Pool 3. The Dragons come visiting next week for the last match in the round-robin series. But Worcester Warriors, hard done by, to only leave with a losing bonus point. What a game. It's finished Brive 17, Worcester Warriors 14.